Hey, everybody, welcome to another episode of Pharaohcast. And in today's episode, we sit down with Tom the trainer, all the way from Scotland, who shares with us his fitness story, as well as what made him want to get into coaching and so much more. You're going to love this episode. Welcome to Pharaohcast, the official podcast of Pharaoh Fitness, where we build warriors, kings, and leaders both in and out of the gym. I'm your host, Jon Martin, founder of Pharaoh Fitness. Every month, we sit down with athletes, coaches, and fitness professionals to dive into their stories, their struggles, and the strategies that shaped their success. Don't forget to subscribe, follow, and like on all social media platforms. Links are in the description. We're rolling?
Yeah, we're rolling.
Okay.
Everything should be
All right, we are rolling. So we have today with us Tom the trainer. Tom, thank you so much for joining us on Pharaohcast, man. How have you been?
I'm been very grateful. Thank you. I'm just absolutely honored to be here, and I'm very grateful for the opportunity. So can't thank you enough. So just can't wait to get started and have a nice chat with you.
Yeah, absolutely. I kind of want to give the audience a little bit of background. So I met Tom through the internet, just because we're both personal trainers, right? And the fitness community is very tight-knit group online, and we're all following each other and stuff like that. And I think Tom approached me one time asking if I had any clients or if I knew anybody who was interested in fitness. And I, basically asked him the same thing. Hey, I'm looking for clients too. And then we both kind of just started talking, and, we both kind of formed an online friendship. And, you had started this online Mindset Warriors group where you've got, and it's grown a lot, right? You've got this community of Mindset Warriors, right? And
Yeah, it's going quite well. It's at 204 right now, and that's been I did start over about this time a year ago, but for a good, I'd say a couple 6 months, there was no one was coming in. I think it was 3 members max,
yeah.
and one of the 3 people was me. But now it's over 200 members now, and locked in on this probably 10 months ago. But I'm very, very grateful to have done this, and thank you very much to you and the team's help, and just everyone who's backed the idea. And it's only just the beginning for the group as a whole.
Yeah. So I kind of want to also let everybody know, Tom, you are in Scotland right now. And
Yeah, I'm from Scotland now.
yes, you are from Scotland. And I kind of wanted to, ask everybody, and also you are very tall, very, very tall. We might have to do some conversions, but I think when it converts to US measurements, you're 6'5" or 6'6".
6'5", 195 centimeters.
Yeah, you are extremely tall, my friend. And so, Tom, I kind of wanted to get into your story about fitness. How did you get into this? Tell our audience, how did you become Tom the trainer?
So how it all started, damn, with fitness and strength. So my first memory as a kid being amazed was WWE, watching that when I was 8. And all started from going to a friend's house. It was as an action figure toy, and it was John Cena. I was like, hey, I want to watch it on TV. And it is in Scotland here, we don't have the same time zone, so obviously not staying up late at night to watch WWE. And I came and I was like, what? And I remember just John Cena, the theme song, and he was the only guy wearing a t-shirt, shorts, and a cap, where everyone else was wearing speedos and that. He was dressed the coolest. He had the coolest moves. He had the coolest song, and I just remember seeing that, like, oh my days, like I would love to, lift like that. I'd just be absolutely insane. And just any time was because with John Cena out here, I know wrestling WWE's biggest in America, right? But if you ask anyone in Scotland about John Cena, they'll know who he is, like with The Rock and obviously the late Hulk Hogan. And it's just the impact he has. I think it just around every continent in the world is insane. I just remember watching that, how just incredible it was, and the strength is, I want to be like that one day. And I think that WWE was that was definitely the beginning of me. So yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Tom, much like a lot of young males and boys growing up, we see these big, strong, jacked guys on TV, whether it's
Mm.
WWE or like Marvel movies or whatever,
Yeah,
and it's just
for me
it
as well. Yeah.
yeah, and the physique, it just gives off confidence
Mm.
and power,
Yeah.
and as a child, you want to be that. You
Yeah,
want you
absolutely. Yeah. Mm.
yeah, you want all that.
Mm.
So Tom, I know a little bit about your story. You were, I think, when you were younger, you were more of like a skinnier kid who got made fun of because he didn't have much
Mm.
muscle, and that sort of drove
Mm.
you to put on some muscle in the gym. From your perspective, does being a taller athlete, is that a disadvantage in the gym?
It's, I wouldn't say necessarily disadvantages. It takes longer, but it's that, but it comes down to how badly you're willing to do and how badly you want to put that work in. So with me being, I was 5'8", and I went from 5'8" to 6'3" in a space of 2 years, and I grew so quick, and I had no time to build muscle at all. I wasn't. I did sports. I did football, as in Ronaldo, Messi football, and the American football. I did basketball too for a year, which was, it only was 1 year because it was good fun. But I wasn't fast. I wasn't strong. I wasn't a gifted athlete. I was pretty much average, to be honest. I was, and that sucked. I was like, I'd love to be fast, love to be strong, but I had to work hard. And then when it came to that realization, I grew so tall, and I was lanky, it's just so lanky and so tall and skinny. And people say, I was like, oh, but you're 6'2", but I say, yeah, but being 6'3", being really skinny, not having being unconscious, anxiety, self-doubt, and you don't know your purpose in this world. I know my purpose in the world for a long time. It's just, it's not good, and it's horrible. And when I grew to 6'3", I was 66 kg, which in pounds is about approximately 145 pounds.
Thank
I
you.
was underweight that's no worries. I was underweight medically, and it absolutely just sucked. Names being called like rectangle, just
Yeah.
a lanky piece of piss.
Yeah.
Honestly, all the time, and it's like
Yeah.
Slender Man. You name it, and it just absolutely sucked. And I just remember, with a constant, I just got a point where, you know what, it's not about the building muscle. I need to build a mindset. I don't want to be someone's punching bag no more. I've got the bullying going through, and for a good while in my life at school, 3 years, I dreaded going to school because days were bad, and it was just a case of, a day's not as bad as the usual bad day, you know what I mean? And I got to the point where I had names, and then one guy punched me in gym class, and I've been previous ones, and I remember it just punched me in the arm, my own business, and I just lost the plot, and I punched him back in the chest, and there was a loud bang in the hall. And I got kicked out of gym class for that, and it's partially one of the reasons why I never went to school prom, missed that school prom, right? But you know what? I look back, and despite me getting in trouble at school, at home, and just simply, doing that. But you know what? I look back, and I'm glad I did it, because that was the moment I stood up for myself, and I was no longer someone's punching, but I was no longer that kid full of who was anxious, anxiety, self-doubt, and was like, hey, because what I learned was people that are being horrible to you, it's not about winning or losing. I'd say to any young people out there, and this is a big message for you all, it's not winning or losing anything. It's about showing those horrible people are cowards that you stand up for yourself, that they're not going to, because the moment they know that you'll stand up for yourself, they're not going to do it, because the moment they know someone will challenge them on their nonsense and how they behave themselves, they'll stay away from you. And that's the most important thing. And doing that, although I missed prom, life wasn't great at home and all that after that, but I wouldn't change it for the world, because if I had not done that and stood up for myself in that moment right there, John, I wouldn't be speaking to you right now, or be in the position I am, helping other people around the world with their fitness goals and helping change lives, and creating a community group like Mindset Warriors, and inspiring people all over the world.
Yeah. Wow. Tom, that is very inspirational. That is quite a story, my friend. Um, at what point did you decide, this was more than just training, and you decided that you wanted to get into coaching and help other people?
No, thank you. It's a great question. So for me, going to the gym in the first place, it was a place where I could go, and I felt great. I used to try going to school for many years, and going into the gym, somewhere where I would feel great, going in there, going afterwards, and that feeling never left me, because it was just nice being somewhere you could be yourself and get better and improve yourself. On top of that, improve yourself mentally and physically. and I was giving people just general advice because I started lifting like the 30 kg dumbbells, which is about 65-pound dumbbels,
Yeah.
I think in pounds. I mean, and they're doing that,
We'll
and I
look that
helped out
up,
one of my best friends with his charity boxing match. A big thing in Scotland, England, and Wales. In the UK, it's also a big thing. And just hold pads for him, and the plyometrics, just build his like that core, like that twist, and get that power in his shots. And he won his match, and I'm so proud of him to this day. It was 2 years ago, but he thoroughly deserved it, and he deserves every bit of his success because the amazing dedication work he put in. I'm honored to have helped him out along the way there. So, and that's it. And then 2 years ago in the summer, I was lucky enough to go to Camp America and work as a fitness instructor and camp counselor. And it was my first ever, it was my journey in America. First time being in a new country by myself. I went there not knowing anybody, not knowing really what it was like. It was a big gamble, but it wasn't a gamble. It wasn't a gamble. But it was a new opportunity that I wanted to do. And honestly, mate, being a fitness instructor and helping not just campers, I was helping guys, other staff there and other directors. And I just like I'm really enjoying this, and because I know what's like being at rock bottom. I know what's like not having anything to lose, and when it feels like everything you dread going to school, things at home aren't great. Things are you don't know your purpose. I've been there before, and I connect with a lot of people, and I shared that, and it's like this impact. They're not obviously all, but they've got some similarities what I used to go through, not just at that moment, but other points in my life, right? Being self-doubt and having anxiety.
Yeah.
And it was so rewarding, and the feeling of helping others and just giving that confidence that they never had before and giving that belief, it's priceless. And we're all capable of achieving great things. And there's a saying, it was on Central C's album, it says, "Can't rush greatness." And it's true. And there's a big matter of fact is that you don't have to be great to start, but if you want to become great, you must start in the first place. You know what I mean? I don't know the exact word for the quote, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
but it's like you have to start.
You don't have to be
great.
great to
Simple.
start, but you have to start to be great.
Yeah,
Something like that.
That's it, spot on, bang on the money. So, and that was it. And I was very, very lucky as one of my friend who's the other fitness instructor as a camp counselor. He'd been a personal trainer for a good number of years there, and he was really, really helpful, and he helped me out so much. And I had the best mentor I could ever have asked for, and I will, I'll forever always be thankful for him because he ultimately gave me that inspiration and that drive and that courage that I've got this, and he gave me that belief that you can do this, and he helped me. On the first day met, got on so well, and he was always open to for me asking questions and that. And I think it's a wonderful thing because there's no such thing as a bad question or a wrong question to ask. It shows you're willing to learn, you're wanting to open yourself to new ideas, new opportunities and beliefs, and it's a wonderful thing. But he was so helpful, and he was so helpful and so encouraging, so supportive, and I'll forever be grateful that I met him. And I think, what were the odds of me meeting someone like that, who was the best mentor I possibly could have asked for? It's crazy, right? But that Camp America I'll forever be grateful for. Not just with the fitness instructing and being a camp counselor, people met there all over the world. It made me learn so much about my life, and my life, and just learning so much. And I'll forever be thankful for my time there. And that's something I will always look back with great happiness. And I'll forever be thankful that I did it.
Yeah, Tom, that's really excellent, my friend. Yeah, that's really awesome and very, very inspiring. You have a couple of clients you're coaching. Some of the people starting off, into their fitness journey, what are some of the things they get wrong about fitness? Maybe something they didn't understand about it, or maybe they thought, I do this for 30 days and I'm fit and I'm done. What are some things they get wrong about training in the beginning?
Okay, very, very good question. That's a great question. So I've been doing this for just gone over a year, so 13 months in total, right? 13.
Yeah.
And despite me being only 24, I know I don't have the same life experience as most people in this industry, obviously. But the one simple thing I've learned from even just 5-6 years of really taking my shit training seriously is discipline over motivation. If you want to achieve fitness goals and anything, forget motivation. If you're out on the day, great. That's a great thing. Have motivation on the day, but motivation is a feeling that comes and goes. Whereas discipline is you do it whether you like or not. And with discipline's a real teacher. Right? Discipline, it makes you do it even when you don't feel like you want to do it anyway. So in terms of having that, so the days when you don't want to do it, you push for it and you go strong. Whereas motivation, some days you feel up for it, other days you don't. You know what I mean? But with discipline, discipline equals freedom. And Jocko Willink, shout out to him, by the way, former US Navy SEAL, absolute legend. And I read his book with Discipline Equals Freedom.
Yep.
And when he breaks down the quote of, not just, your workouts, your diet, your healthy habits, of your mind and who you surround yourself with. You don't want to be a slave to your own habits. You don't want to be trying to impress. You want to slave to other people's opinions and impressions of you. You've got to be in control of your mind and your body and for your life. And that is led by discipline.
Yeah.
I just want to say, I think it's interesting. I heard this on Logan Paul's podcast. They were talking about, that how tired of people talking about discipline is, because the simple fact is, if you enjoy doing it, you're not disciplined. Discipline is doing the hard thing that you don't want to do when you need to do it. And that's true discipline. And I think that's what a lot of people get wrong, is they think it's going to be easy and that it's okay to take shortcuts. And, and I feel like shortcuts are fine. You got to earn them. You got to earn that shortcut. You got to earn that right or make up for it,
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely. And like Arnold said, Arnold as well, shout Arnold. I'm a shout out to loads of people. So many legends out there, right?
Yeah.
But with Arnold said, a quote said, "There's no magic pill. You must work your ass off." And I was like, yeah, spot on. You know what I mean? It is Arnie, who came from Austria to America, 7, 8. How many Miss Olympias Arnie got again?
Oh, God.
8, 7, is it?
8? He's got a couple.
Aye.
Dude,
Can you 7, 8 at least?
Can you do that? Can you do the Arnold Schwarzenegger impression again? That was so good.
That's going to be a clip.
Okay, right. There's no magic pill. You got to work your ass off.
Yeah, I love it.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love the memes that you see with people working out, and they're like, "Never forget." Arnold Schwarzenegger once said,
Get to the chopper.
And the coolest actor of all time as well. I mean, Terminator.
Yeah.
Predator, Commando, Kindergarten Cop, Twins,
Oh,
even
yeah.
Twins. Even Twins, he was an absolute boss, man.
It's
You know what
not
I mean?
a
I was
tumor.
the governor of California. So 3 different industries. And like I say, if he's telling you that, you best be listening to him. And like he'd say, I'll be back. So you gotta do that and have that approach.
"Who is your daddy and what does he do?"
This podcast is now an Arnold podcast, everybody.
That's the first question I ask any woman that I meet is, "Who is your daddy and what does he do?"
Yeah, too
You
fun.
hit the kid, I'll hit you.
Yeah. Oh, man. All right, let's get this back onto fitness. Tom, what is one of your proudest client success stories that you have?
Yeah, no, absolutely. I'll share. So one of my clients, he's done so well. He's worked so hard the past 8 months. 8 months it's been, and why it's been so successful is because he almost gave up after 3 weeks. Almost gave up.
Wow.
I know, almost gave up. And I remember messaging me saying, I don't feel like I've got it in me, and I've tried and I'm not going to do it. And he was so close, and I don't have any, belief in me. And I said, no, you can do it, man. And I've shared my story. I've spoken to you and Tom today about going through that, and it's a rock bottom, and it's a tough feeling. And it's from Rocky, the guy who said it's not about how hard. It's not about how, I can't remember the word, but it's something. Again, I've seen Rocky in a long time. It's like where it's not about how hard you can hit. It's about how
hard you can get hit and get back up. It's not about how hard you can get hit. It's about how hard you can get hit and get back up. Something like that.
That's it. That's it. And it's just sharing how, don't worry about others, and, in case I'm seeing this and then that. But I was like, your progress is unique. Your life is unique. There's only one you. There's only ever one you. And don't worry about it, because I've shared with that. And it's how these challenges and that, I promise you will get better, and setbacks are an opportunity for a comeback. And every day, and I treat, because I've been there before, and being rock bottom and going through so much and just dreading every single day, not waking up without your purpose and knowing what really you're here for. I've been there before, and that's what he went through. I just had that self-doubt and not knowing what he could really achieve. So I've been there before, and that was so, because if I hadn't gone through the struggles that I'd gone through, I wouldn't have been able to help him. And it's really, that's what we connected even more. And we pushed him, the sport of courage, and, just all that. And 8 months later, despite other setbacks he's gone through during that time frame, he's not given up, and he's now in the best shape he's ever been, and he's making the progress that he's made the best progress in so long, and he's now in the right direction that he's ever been, and he has that path and that guideway where he's able to reach, and he knows what he's capable of achieving. And I think it's in life, you have one person that I think in life, and even one, I've got multiple role models, but even something with that one role model, that one person that gives you that belief that you can do it. That's all you need in life. Just that one person that gives that belief you never had. And that's a feeling that it lives on with you forever in your life. And that's what I want to give to all my clients, is just show that if I can do it, you can do it too. And just show them that nothing is impossible, and that we're all capable of achieving great things and all doing incredible things, no matter how difficult it seems right now in the moment. Because all of us are absolutely capable of achieving great things. It just comes down to a matter of how badly you want it.
Yeah, absolutely, Tom. Well said, my friend. Tom, I don't know if there's any fitness trends going on differently in the UK than there would be in other parts of the world, but what is the most overrated or the most silliest fitness trend going on right now that you see?
So I don't know about trends. I mean, I'm more just train and do my stuff. I'm more kind of guy. But in terms of an opinion that people say a lot, but I do not agree, and I believe it's a lot of nonsense, right? It's people say that when it's an over-the-counter gym, when it's a weekday, like it'll be in America, and it's say 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. when it's crowded, people say, "Oh, you can't get a good workout if it's a busy gym. You can only get a good one if it's a quiet gym." No, absolutely not. Like I said, life is what you make of it. Same with the gym. Yes, in an ideal world, you'd want the gym to be quiet and have the equipment you want. Same here. I ain't no different. Of course I'd want that, right? I mean, wouldn't you too, if, in an ideal world, right?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Absolutely. So, but it's not about, as I said, it's not about what, it's not about what you do, what you have. And like say with a gym, my advice is, I don't just say an unpopular opinion, I want to help people out. And when it is an overcrowded gym, so when it's an overcrowded gym, especially 5 p.m., 7 p.m. on a weekday, what I'd do is have a plan in place. So every single day you've got a plan in a schedule of what workouts you're doing on your training day. So for example, if it's push day, pull day, core day, leg day, cardio day, you're going with a plan. Because I remember Denzel Washington saying was, we don't plan. If you don't plan, what was it called again? It's we don't plan to fail. We fail to plan. You know what I mean, right?
If you fail to plan, you are planning to fail.
Yeah, that was someone else. Yeah, that was Denzel. Yeah. So it's in terms of you got a plan in place, so you go in with a planning that you know what you're doing, right?
Yeah.
And you go in, and when there'll be equipment's taken, hopefully people aren't on their phone for too long, right? And if that is fortunately the case, like is in my gym and most gyms around in Scotland, in America, you've got to go in order. When there's a machine free, you go to it, no hesitation. You go to this machine, and that's it. Unfortunately, with time you've got, if certain exercises aren't available, okay, say I can't do preacher curls for biceps, right? Instead, what I'm going to do is I'll do just generic dumbbell bicep curls sitting down on the bench and rep it out like I would for a preacher curl. It's about being proactive and finding a solution, because you can stand there complaining and going, "Oh, it's so unfair. Why is it busy? Why is that?" Or instead of complaining and being a schmuck, what you can do is you can be proactive and look for a solution to what you got to do, and therefore you'll have no regrets to work out. Because in a day, yes, not every workout you get you'll go and do 100% of the things you want to do and it's busy, but you'll leave not having any regrets and knowing that you did your best. And that's the most important thing.
Yeah. No, I completely agree, Tom. What is the truth about getting in shape that nobody wants to hear?
Good question. So the truth is, the days when you don't feel like training, dieting, just doing healthy habits as a whole and doing the healthy things for your body and your mindset, those are the days that are deciding factor when it comes to how badly you want it. And that comes to saying the discipline over motivation, how important it is to be disciplined than rely on motivation. Because Mike Tyson, the man himself, did say the famous quote of discipline is doing what you hate to do, but you do it like you love it. And those are the moments of the days you want to do it. Those are the character defining moments and the days of really how, what your goals, whether you achieve your goals or not, and or just stay in shape or just achieve any goals in fitness, and I suppose even life too. You know, if we want something badly enough and you want to achieve it, you know, you got to put the work in when you don't want to do it. You know, for example, I was underweight at 6'3" when I was 17, 18. But, you know, I could easily just stayed at home and just been, you know, sad. I'll just play play some FIFA, play some GTA, whatever. But no, because it's not going to change. And like Arnie was saying, there's no magic pill. You know, you've got to go out and, you know, you do it because it's not going to change. Because if you stay there, no one's going to save you and nothing will change. You've got to go out and you've got to put in that effort because nothing's going to come out of it if you stay still, just stay in the same place doing nothing in your comfort zone rather than getting out of your comfort zone and pushing stride. Because that's what it comes down to. If I would still be really, really skinny at my height if I didn't want it badly enough. That's the thing, because it comes down to how could you go, I'm 6'3", I'm 6 at the time, also I'm 6'5" now, but I'm so tall, I'm so skinny. There's guys that are 5'7", 5'8", they're so jacked, it's unbelievable. But that's a poor perspective, and that's why I used to compare myself to others. Because I never compare yourself to others. Focus on your journey, and just because other people are, oh, I'm not feeling good, they're not feeling work out. If you just say there's somebody you work out with, they're not feeling up for it because not feeling motivated. Just don't be saying, oh, I'm not going because they're not going. Nah. Hey, you go for it. No man, that's fine. If they don't want to go, then well, that's their journey. On your journey, if you want bad enough, you go no matter if you've got a workout partner or not.
Yeah. No, you're completely right, Tom. That's an excellent point. You know, we are sort of wrapping this up here, Tom. I want to kind of to leave on a closing note. What is one inspirational message you would like to share with our audience?
My one message is never give up, because you never know how close you are, how just that one moment of that breakthrough to achieve something that you've always wanted to achieve and that progress. Because if you give up, you never know how far away you are from accomplishing that. You never know what could have been, because when you give up, the only thing that's guaranteed is you're not achieving your goal. Whereas you keep going when it's, you know, there's not seeing the progress you want to see, or you're doubting yourself, unsure. You're putting it in, and it's compounding. It's going to build to something, right? You won't see it now, and maybe some time you see it, but you're putting the effort, and that can bounce and lead to it. Whereas giving up, the only guarantee of giving up is failure, and that's it. And there's that one thing as well, like with me. Is just some not comparing yourself to others, because it's very easy in today's world comparing yourself to others with social media on the internet. You know, 50, well, even 30 years ago, you didn't have this. I was born in the 90s, so I can't comment on that. But in terms of even 30, 40 plus years ago, you didn't have this stuff on your phones. You might see TVs now, but nothing, but not 24/7, right? But don't be comparing your life to anyone else's or thinking this is better because of that. No, because you don't know what it's like. Only they know themselves truly. Same with me. Only I know my life and how I am feeling on that day, and how just I am with myself. Because at the end of the day, we can portray as anyone who we are. You can portray yourself as anyone on social media or on the internet, but it's I never think someone's doing better than you or doing this because you see XYZ on their Instagram page, for example. It's just, so don't worry about anyone else. Your journey is unique in your own way. There's only one you. There will never be one you, and focus on being the best you that you can be. Simple as that. And don't try and focus on being this to that, other else. Focus on being the only. And because once you be you, who can be you but you? And just your journey, your grind, and give your 100% your best every single day. And the Mamba mentality by Kobe Bryant, RP Kobe, was simply get that 1% better every day. You know, get that 1% better. And if you can look at yourself and tell yourself, and you can think to yourself, you know, not just like you know that you've got 1% better every single day. That's the difference. And where I'm from, a small town, it's also a small village, but it's a town village anywhere in Scotland. And with John Cena, I think a big quote, and it stuck with me, was West Newbury, Massachusetts, where he's from precisely. And when was his retirement for his WWE, which was crazy, 4 months ago, right? 4 or 5, I think 5 months ago now. And I'm just a small kid from West Newbury, Massachusetts. I want to be like, I want to have that impact in terms of I'm from, you know, where I'm from, and I want to show people where I'm from and my area, my gym, what can be accomplished, and having the just inspire others and show, you know, I was once where I was, but just never give up, you know, work hard, push through, and don't worry about others are doing, what others are doing. Don't worry what others think of you, because then you don't like everyone. So why would you care about everyone not liking you? Because there's just some people out there you can't please, and that's just the reality, right?
Yeah.
And I just want to have that inspire others and keep inspiring as many people as I can, help as many people with my coaching and just my area, and just I want to make a difference, inspire, because not many people do what I do where I'm from, and in Scotland as a whole, it's not the gym culture is a lot bigger than America than here, for example, right? And way bigger in America. And it's not that people have to do the gym. It's absolutely not, because people have their different interests in life, and that's a great thing. But I just want to just inspire others and just uplift, and just whatever you're passionate about, what you want to do it and give your very best, and just inspire that anything out there you want to do, you do it and work to the best of your capability, and great things will happen. And never ever give up on your goals and what you want to do in your life.
All right, Tom. Well, I love it. Thank you so much, Tom, for taking time out of your day, sir, to join us on our podcast. Loved having you, man. We'll have to do this again.
No, thank you much. That's been an absolute pleasure. It's been great speaking to you today, John, and great speaking to you today, Tom, too. So it's an absolute pleasure, and it's an absolute honour all the way from Scotland, speaking on your podcast and wonderful things that internet does. It's one of the positives of the internet. You can do things like this, right?
That's right. We're international. Yes, we are international. Yeah, I love it. I love it, Tom. This is awesome, man.
Absolutely. Big up the USA, man.
Yeah, thank you, man. Appreciate it. So,
no worries. You're very welcome, guys.
All righty. Talk to you later, Tom. All right?
Thanks, guys. Have a great night. See you. Bye.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Hey, everybody. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this episode, please like and subscribe on all social media platforms. We also want to give a shout out to Species Nutrition for giving us these great products.